Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Spider-Gwen, issue number 2, comic review. Now, as you know, this is meant to be the second run of Spider-Gwen, while the first volume mainly had 6 issues. This one had about 38. And right now the cover's got Gwen Stacy looking at her phone with Spider-Gwen as her shadow. And it picks up mainly where the last issue left off. And we see basically George Stacy talking mostly with Ben Parker, saying, "You sure? You look worn out, George." And pretty much George Stacy says to him that he's figured out who really killed Peter Parker and that he's figured it out. And he's like, "God, George, good God. May said it didn't matter. It's not important, that's not important." But he does point out that Spider-Gwen isn't the killer in that. So we're shown to where basically Spider-Gwen is pretty much with her version of Captain America, and pretty much have to try and take down some lizards while trying to make some jokes and that with Captain America, which proves to no success. And because of what Jameson and that have done, they mainly assume that she basically killed Peter Parker and gets punched in the face. And we're introduced mainly with this version of Captain America's origin, where her, Bucky, and Steve Rogers were part of the project. Unfortunately, Steve Rogers got shot and Bucky and that got killed. And this Captain America says that they've lost basically Erskine and that. So she ends up taking the project to become Captain America and pretty much ends up getting stranded on another world and pretty much finds her way back home years later and says, 75 years. I missed so much, Peggy. I should have been here. And so, pretty much as soon as Gwen Stacy starts to come to, she sees that Kurt Connors and that have been reverted back to normal, but she points out that the lizard mutagen kind of wants bond with the person, that there is no cure. And pretty much Gwen thinks there has to be a way, and that this can't be Peter Parker's legacy. And of course, this causes Kurt Connors to revert back to his lizard form, with Captain America and Spider-Gwen once again duking it out. And of course, you've got the Spider-Gwen version of Winter Soldier, known as Sam, who is meant to be Captain America's clone, and is ordered by Peggy to kind of stay still and not to do anything too rash. And of course, the Dwarf in that is waiting for the after effects, and Spider-Gwen and Captain America try and taking on the lizard. So of course they manage to successfully take down the lizard, and after basically having a flashback to what happened with Peter Parker, Dwarf shows up to kind of say, "Spider-Woman, stay down, all of you." Dwarf, and so tries to shoot, but luckily their version of Winter Soldier uses Red Wing, and of course they team up to kind of take down Kurt Connors, which ends up with the ceiling crashing down on him. And of course afterwards Kurt Connors is basically defeated, and the Dwarf kind of calls out Captain America and that, and even point out how Kurt Connors disappeared and everything, and now he's shut up and all that, but turns out was meant to be a copycat, and that basically Spider-Woman was actually innocent. And even George Stacy talks mainly with Uncle Ben still, and says that he is still going to help find Peter Parker's killer, which he says, "Enough, George, enough of your pity. You know good well that May Parker deserves to know what really happened to her boy. And pretty much afterwards, Spider-Gwen gives her pet hamster, or gerbil, to the Bodega Bandit as a replacement to what happened to the dog, ending the story there. And even an insight on their version of Captain America. So, issue 2 is kind of alright. I still think they should have had Kurt Connors making the serum that Peter Parker could have found that led to him getting arrested for making it, and could have easily have had Kurt Connors' son Billy continuing his father's work and using it to get revenge on Midtown as well as New York for getting his father imprisoned, and could have used the lizards to kind of break his father out of jail, which really could have been a good story. But I get it, sometimes when you're writing, you're not always going to do the biggest storylines. So I think this issue deserves a thumbs in the middle. Kind of alright, kind of okay, but there was a little bit of more potential. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.